Hello, and welcome to another Cracking the Box video here on Model Shipwrights. My name is Todd. My handle on the Kitmaker Network is TRM5150, and I have a review for you today that is huge. This is Italeri 135th, yes, 135th, the size of this box, Motor Torpedo Boat PT109. This is all new tooling from the hull up from Italeri, and I can't wait to get in there and show you what's inside. So with that, I think we'll just rip the top off. Before we get started though, I'd like to thank MRC for the review item. Without them, we wouldn't have this review. So let's get the top off. So after taking the top of the box off, I realized that the box doesn't actually fit under my camera mount. So I took out what I saw first, which would be the instructions right on top. And these are laid out lengthwise. Really nice. They're really nice exploded views, easy to read, easy to understand. So these are fairly straightforward. They show the typical parts legend in the front here. Make sure you have all your parts over the 3 pages there. Oh, 4 if you count this. This is where the holes be drilled out on the deck. And again, mufflers. This is nice. It's about 36 pages long. It seems like a lot, but they're like I said, they're large pictures, so they're easier to follow in a nice book format. So I don't have any complaints at all with the instructions here. Along with the instructions, there was one other sheet that was supplied. And this is a correction sheet for the sprue tree, which is E. Some of the numbering was messed up on the tree itself. So here it's just all corrected, which is nice, and there's no questions about that at all. That's a nice little addition. Next thing I took out of the box, this is a photographic reference manual that Italeri provided. This is actually pretty neat because it shows not only a little bit of the history, obviously of the president JFK that was the commander of the boat, but a lot of detailed photos of the 109 and a few similar boats, the 103 and whatnot, in their same configuration. So it'll help with the build if you're looking to get accurate. Some nice prints in there. This is a nice addition to the kit. It helps a lot. Okay, we're going to start off this review of the plastic. Taking this out of the box, this is the hull, which is nicely detailed. There's only a couple little ejector pin marks here. There's one pin there. You can bring it close enough. Nice details, nice raised details on all of this. And to give a good sense of the scale size of this, I have a 1/35th L70 I've been working on, and that fits right in the hull. So that gives you a good representation of the scale. They're both 1/35th, so that tells you how big these boats actually were. Okay, following the sprue legend, the next part, if I go alphabetically, would be B here, which is the deck. And it you can see in the light here. I'll get it in the right light. There we go. There's some scribing for the deck planks throughout. Very nice detail there to add in. That's just how they were on the regular ship. There's a couple of little sanding areas on the back. You can see them coming through on the front, but these are all the holes that need to be drilled out, and it shows it in the directions there. You have the hatchways, which is a separate molded piece if you wish to leave them open. Add a little bit of flair to the build. From what I've been reading up, these rivets aren't exactly true to scale. They are not a bother to me really, but I guess an easy quick sand would take them right off. They're nice for weathering. They add a little bit to it. This deck piece will be screwed down. You can see the holes, and they provide caps for them as well. We'll see how that goes together in the end, but I think that's just a quick sand and they'll go away. Other than that, this is, from what I've been reading up on, this is pretty close to the original. Very nice piece. Okay, sticking and going in order, this is Sprue C. We have the stand, propeller, and parts of the chart cabin, I believe. The wheel, I believe this is the turret for the twin 50 caliber. The hatches, and again, those are molded both sides, so if you want to show them open, it's a nice little detail. Next up we have D, part D. Again, the chart house parts. Got the sides where the turret mount would be. We have the 20mm Oerlikon. Which is got some nice detail on that. Nice molds, very nice. The engine covers, the engine cover I should say, and overall this is the mast. Some really fine details. Okay, next out of the box is Sprue E. Now there's actually two of these, so I'm going to put one aside. And this is, obviously we have the torpedo tubes, which are nicely detailed. Swivel mounts. All the covers, the cover plates. If you wish to have the cover open, you have the tips to the torpedoes. This will be, I think, the inside of the covers. We have on this sprue as well. We have the twin 50 caliber. There's two sets of those. Even the ammo belts, which is really nice. Another propeller. The life rings. And some funnels. The depth charges. So again, these are impressive moldings. Deck furniture, the cabinets that are on there. And all the bits and the cleats. Really fine molds. Excellent piece. Next piece we have is F. Now F, well, there's one piece that fell off in the bag, and I keep that separate so we don't lose it. F is the 37mm anti-tank gun that came with this. The crew of the 109, just before their last fatal mission there, actually took an anti-tank cannon. Here's the axle, and they had taken the wheels off and they mounted it via rope directly to the bow of the ship, which is kind of neat because in the armor world of scale modeling, we tend to take things to a different edge. You know, a what-if scenario and put a gun on this type of truck or a different barrel on this tank and whatnot. Well, this is actually true to form, and it's on a ship, which is kind of neat. So we have the 37mm cannon right there, and all the parts. There's the splinter shield, and the lower part of the splinter shield, and again the axle. Very nice. Next out of the box, small package. There's 2 sets of rope in here. What it looks like string, but it's rope. One is be for using for the rigging. The other is for the rope to tie down the 37mm cannon on the bow. And then there's a few screws in here, and these are used to attach the deck to the hull part that we talked about earlier. And there'll be little caps that go over that. So, okay, at the bottom of the box I had found the decal sheet, or decal sheet, depending on what part of the world you're from, which is nice. This goes across that bottom piece of the display, and the numbers. And from what I'm reading, this is from the factory. The numbers would be offset with the black shadow, and I believe they were hand painted on the 109 before she went down, so there's some draft markings here. A little tough to see because those are white. I did read something about the American flag here that not being corrected. It still hasn't been corrected with the kit. Not a big issue with me. It shows 50 stars, and at the time there wasn't 50 stars. And then we have some instrument panel decals. Very nice. Finally, at the bottom of the box, we have a plastic bag, and it's got, let's start with this. This is the sheet of the skylights and the windows. But that's nice. These are all for the skylights that go on the deck. They go under the PE, under the photo etching, which is right here. I'll turn it over so you can see. And this is the photo etching sheet. And all of these are the skylights. And we have the hatchways, tie-down rings, and various other parts. I believe that's the rangefinder for the 20mm. Well, there you have it. My review of Italeri's PT-109 Motor Torpedo Boat in 1/35 scale. I'd like to take this time to thank Jim Starkweather from Model Shipwrights for the opportunity to be able to do this review, and I'd also like to thank MRC for providing the review sample. This is a beautiful kit. I think anybody that buys it should be able to bring it home, build straight out of the box, and end up with a beautiful display model. So with that, I'm going to leave you. Hope to see you soon on another Cracking the Box review here on Model Shipwrights, and thanks for watching.